I have leveled to level 50 in Diablo 4 Season 1, I went even a little bit beyond that, and since I'm doing now currently Chores of Diablo 4, as this is a new term apparently, when you're doing things for your renown so that you could gain stats for Paragon points, as I believe everyone is doing that. I have understood the things about Diablo 4 that I honestly don't really like, and I actually absolutely disagree with the game design, and I think those things needs to be changed. So this video is about that. If you're looking for an overwhelmingly positive video, this is not going to be anything close to that. I'm going to be expressing my thoughts about current state of the game, and if you agree with me, leave a comment down below. If you disagree with me, I think it's best just to stay away from this video at all. So first thing is chat. In current state of the game, I noticed that chat is absolutely useless. I don't know why we have chat existent in the game. There's not a single person in any sort of content of the game that would be chatting, that would be using chat commands. We have trade channel that is absolutely waste of just space on the screen, and we have button to enter the chat. We can press enter, but no one's gonna chat with you if you're not in the party, if you're not in the group. This thing kind of frustrates me, as I have played various of other ARPG games, and such thing really enables me connecting with other community members through simple basic communication. I'm an old goon. I've been playing games since, I don't know, for 20 years at least now, and since the beginning of MMORPGs and ARPGs, if you're playing online, there's this thing called chat and communication tool that allows you to meet other players, communicate with other players, and just get a clan, communicate socially, right? In Diablo 4, this thing is kind of extinct, disabled, or filtered so much that it's impossible to see anything happening. I have tried speaking with people, asking, is anyone even available in general chat? If anything is happening with the trade chat, nothing is happening. I saw that the only way so I could communicate with other players would be either me going to Discord or just straight up going to Blizzard forums or Reddit, which is horrible. Why I don't have expressive opinions with the game within the game? I can't communicate with anyone about the game, as even though this game has a cross-platform play enabled where people using Xbox, PlayStation and PC could all collaborate and play the game, it actually feels like a single player game with artificial intelligence name just going around the map and following you or just doing similar things. It does not feel like an online game at all. And having chat function for me is vital. Why Diablo 4 is restricting such things from even appearing in the game, I don't know. All I see is NPC chat, and I hate it. I want actually this to be fixed because it really ruins my experiences. As when I play the game, I feel like I'm just single player playing the game as I would be absolutely alone. So what's the purpose of game being actually online if the only way that I could communicate would be if I would have a pre-made party, which I don't. And this kind of irritates me that I don't even have any sort of clue or ability. How could I build such a party as there's no communication within the game? Yeah, so this was point number one. I have several points. Second point is we have potions. Now we have 9 potions in general that we need to constantly upgrade as we go through levels, and this wouldn't be even a thing if I would not have any sort of cost where I would want to upgrade the potions. Now what happens in the game, I have to invest, I have to grind to get the certain materials so I could upgrade the potions. I have had the experience when I wanted to upgrade the potion from level 30 to 45, but I couldn't, simply because I was lacking certain materials. And if you are playing on season 1 and you completed the campaign before, you know the fact that in order for you so you could have materials, you need to go click on the roots on the plants, and then you're going to extract materials and you're going to get certain materials. And I remember from Preseason, plant and material collection is absolutely a waste of time. It's useless. Potion materials and potions that you're getting within the game, it's so little impact that either you're using them or not using them shouldn't be any sort of factor for you if you want to play the game of fun or for fun or just achieve something. And I just skipped. I didn't collect any sort of materials. I went through the game and I noticed that I can't progress through because I haven't collected enough of the materials that are absolutely waste of time. And normally what I would do with any other social game which is online, I would just go to the vendor and purchase those materials that I'm lacking, or trade them with other players somewhere. Go to the auction house, right? None of these things exist, and now when I need certain materials, I need to go out there in the world and just try looking for plants. Try crafting it with certain materials. Crafting, I'm not gonna even touch this point. This is so undone and so beta that this shouldn't be even in the final version of the game. So this kind of irritates me. And the fact about that we have 9 slots for potions, and when you press potion you have a reuse for that. Why? Maybe we can have like 1 or 2 potions that we can constantly use like we had in Diablo 3. That was perfectly fine. And later on we could even upgrade those potions so we could get some armor or some fear from surrounding enemies so we could flee when in danger, right? We don't have any of this. So I'm frustrated actually by the potion design and by lack of attention that we need to just live through and accept it the way it is. For me, it really looks like it's well polished. Well, it looks like not well polished. It looks like it's lacking polishment and lacking any sort of time investment, as it was designed to have like 9 potions like 2 years ago, and they stuck with it. They didn't improve it, didn't change, and they left it to remain to rot basically. I don't like it. Maybe I'm wrong. Third point I have is around horses. Now horses, we all know there's a current factor that we cannot ride horses in towns. Horses have reuses, horses have active skills. As we saw on the trailers, you can have active skills on horses that can just unmount you and do cool amounts of damage on the enemies, right? For a necromancer, you have like spreading bone spear thingies from above that can kill the enemies, right? But this is only a cinematic thing. Why such thing exists in the game and does 0 to no damage at all? And your factor that if you're choosing to use the skill would be more time waste rather than time investment in you pressing the button so you could cast animation. Animation doesn't do any sort of damage. Animation is a waste of time, and you having to mount and dismount with the reuse, it's horrible. Why? It's a thing. I was thinking to myself, maybe having like if you would be playing Dragon Ball Z, would be having like Kai's aura. When you would be glowing red, you could just run faster through the zone, or just do some sort of cool animations so that the horse wouldn't be a thing at all. At first it was really cool. You have a horse that you can go from one zone to another so you could close gaps, but I think that there's the reason why you have a horse at the very late stage of the game is because the horse is just, it's shit. It's honestly, it's horrible. It doesn't help you in any sort of situation, and the only way that it benefits you, honestly, is when you are in town and when you want to move from vendor to the stash so that you could see what kind of items you have. And even this thing shouldn't be a thing that you need to move in town for 2 to 3 minutes so you could get to the destination that you wish to go to, because the towns don't feel alive. But I'm speaking about horses in general, so I'm not gonna go too much into that. So this is my dissatisfaction about horses. Speaking about second thing is the skills. I played MMOs. I played MMOs a lot. I played the Diablo 3, I played Diablo 2, I played Diablo 1, I played the Path of Exile, Grim Dawn, other ARPGs. Yes, I'm going to compare, and it shouldn't be compared. I hate the fact that I'm limited to 6 skills only. by, well, not 6 skills only that I could cast, but the fact that I'm limited to 6 skills only that I could have actively enabled in my skill bar. I don't care about console players, I don't care about PlayStation players. I'm a PC player. If I want to bind keys, that I have a huge keyboard, right? I have wireless keyboard. I have so many buttons that I could bind skills to, but I can't do that. I have 6 skills. So there's no reason for me just using my intellect, as I can just automate skills and use just AI filtering or some tool so I could cast skills. And I think this is part of the reason why you have bots in the game and why you have gold sellers and different things existent in the game, as you made the game stupid simple. People that want to invest time in this game is really having a hard time figuring out where's the catch, where's the actual interesting, unique mechanic about the game. And beauty, sound, and the visual effects that is stunning in the game cannot really convince me enough that I would be happy with playing limited sort of builds always. Why I need to tie myself in playing limited sets of skills? I don't get it. Is the player expectations of nuances of the current modern games is expectation that each and every player is dissatisfied of learning new skills and adding more skills in the skill bar? I don't believe this thing to be true. I believe this is to be absolute nonsense, as why this is even a factor. You can have like all of the skills enabled on your skill bar, but as you have a skill tree and you invest your skills into skill tree, you are adding like 5 points, adding passives to such skills, so you're still gonna have like the most vast majority of your skill points and damages from those skills. So what's the problem with you having like support skills? For example, Blight. I can have a Necromancer Sever build which just adds a distant instant damage, but I could love to use, like, if there's a boss, so I could use like certain combo and I could just click a Blight button so I could cast poison underneath the boss, so I could do additional damage for even those 5 or 7 seconds, how long the Blight is how long it's lasting. But I cannot do that. I need to respec, or I need to manually click and drag skills added, and this thing is easy to do on the PC, but it's annoying. And on console, of course, it's harder, because you need to use your emulator so you could push the buttons so you could replace skills, and in the combat it's very hard, I believe. But I don't like the way that Blizzard is expressing how we should play the game based on modern game and our accessibility, so that we need to co-op with the limits of console. And I absolutely hate such thing. I'm going to go to comparing. I'm not sure how long, but Path of Exile did release on consoles, and they did not add any sort of limitations to the skill tree. You can have multiple skills. It's all depends on your creation and your need of you wanting to have multiple skills. If you go to even Black Desert Online, this game is accessible throughout all of the consoles as well, but what's the problem with having 12 or more skills? The way you move your character, you enable a movement of different skill, and it's totally fine. They are not adding limitations to your character movement, they're adding additional difficulty and challenge for the player so that they could learn the key binds, how to play certain class, but not limiting them in a way that so we have only 6 skills, and you have only those buttons that you can assign those skills to. If you want to have different skills, you need to unbind them, or there's some sort of nonsense mechanic. So why implying this hard block to players, expressing themselves and claiming that this game is free for experimentation, where it's clearly not? So this kind of irritates me, and playing through the season 1, it kind of... I had this hard rock in my chest and feeling like something's really off. I played previously through the campaign, I was focusing on the story and the visuals so much, I didn't really take so much of the input of what kind of things irritates me, but it got me. It finally got to me that I decided just, sorry, but I gotta say this. Okay, next, I have things written. In the next video, I'm gonna speak about character customization and what kind of things are lacking there and what kind of things are, in my opinion, absolutely absurd. So if you haven't seen this video should be appearing on the screen right now. And thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next one.